welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do some comparisons on these big power bricks, basically, the power stations. So I've borrowed these off of my friend Jay, who was sitting behind camera, and this is mine. This is a 500 watt AllPowers, and this is the one I bought originally. So now I've got power wired into the van with a actual battery with a charger. Yeah, so I bought this one originally for the van, and I paid £500 ish or more for this. Actually, it's about, to be honest, they price them per 500 watts would be about £500. What's the power of this one, Jay?
It's a kilowatt, so it's 1024 watt hours if I remember.
So this would be around £1,000.
So $10.99 retail price, £1,099.
And this one?
That one is $1,699. So that's, I believe that's $1,699. That's the Monster X Pro model.
Yeah, that's an AllPowers.
That's the AllPowers. You can get deals on them now. I mean, the retail, that's the recommended retail prices, but they do offers where you can get them, you know, for $1,300, sometimes $1,200. They do offers on them.
Yeah, and this is a EcoFlow.
That's an EcoFlow Delta 2 Pro.
So this one's got all the outlets and inlets and power stuff on the ends, because you've got the sockets on this end. So this is a good sized little unit, isn't it? It looks nice.
It is, it is.
Is this your favourite one?
This is, yeah, this is my favourite one. It's the quietest one that there is, because I have to work in sound conditions, so that's quieter than the AllPowers. The AllPowers can get, it's not loud.
Oh, it kicks a fan in. Mine does it.
Yeah.
So once when you're on mains, it will kick in a fan to cool itself, and it does sound like a little bit of a hairdryer, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happens with this. But even when it's on idle, it still has a fan that you can't switch off or change the settings on the AllPowers, which is quite annoying. So it has this constant volume of fan noise, and it's unfortunately a bit too loud. The EcoFlow is silent. It does make a noise when you charge full pelt, but you can change the amount of input flow that you've got for charging. You can have a rapid charge or slow charge. Slow charge is basically quiet fan, you can't hear it, and rapid charge boosts the fan up.
So let's talk about the UPS, because that's why you bought these, isn't it?
Yeah, so the AllPowers is what I bought first because they advertised.
I recommended it, didn't I, to you?
You recommended it, but also I was looking for a model that has a built-in UPS function into it, and this one advertises that it does, but it doesn't work all the time. So I probably need to do more testing, but it's probably got to do with the amount of load that you use.
So tell everyone what the UPS is and what the fault with it is.
So with this, there's a couple of options. Do you want to power it up?
Yeah.
Hit the power button.
I'll get to it.
So you've got to do a couple of things to get it going. You've got the power button, which is on the left. Okay.
Is it a hold down one?
Hold it down for a couple of seconds. Great.
Oh yeah.
So it does that, and
Let's
then
just move in and have a look.
The plug sockets won't work until you activate the AC button, which is in the middle. So you need to now activate the AC button.
That's 240, yeah?
That's 240. Hold it down. There you go. Now, so that's that. Now you can plug the mains in. Once you plug the mains in after you've done these steps, then the UPS function supposedly kicks in and it works. It does every now and then, and sometimes it doesn't work. It's still, the whole thing still shuts down and comes back up.
So it's a quick. It's a quick switch. So it doesn't do it instantaneously.
No, actually. So with this one, what happens is we've turned the AC on, so the plug sockets in the front work. You plug something into it. Now, if for whatever reason the power dies, the AC button will switch off, which means it will kill the power to the battery. The battery won't effectively kick in, so the UPS isn't actually working.
Do you think that's on all the models or just this one faulty?
I don't know. I mean, I did speak to them about it, and this is how it is. Apparently, they weren't super helpful with it. They said it should work when you do it like this, and it does work every now and then. But you're right; it could be a faulty model.
Yeah.
Now, here's another thing you got to turn on, which is really annoying with it, which is the ports, the charging ports, the USB ports. Also,
yeah, they're separate. The DC.
They're separate. Yeah. So the DC button, you just got to push it in once and let go, which is weird because you don't have to hold that button down.
It's the same with my little one.
That's really weird though, isn't it?
You can turn this one off, can't you, and leave the DC on.
You can turn that off and leave the DC on, so the plug sockets now don't longer work.
But all this does, and this 12 volt.
Exactly. So the upside to that battery is it's a big battery. It's a 1500 watt hour battery, and it lasts a long time. You
get some accessories with it. So in here you get some cables and the charge port, and is that for solar?
So that's for solar cables you've got, and you've also, which goes in there. You can pull that tab over and you can show people.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's for the solar cables. Some deals you'll find online actually come with panels as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got car charging points in there, I believe, as well. Is that right? 12 volt car charger?
Yeah, and that goes into the solar thing. That's an input then. That's an input. So that's a multiple port input.
That's his output on it.
Well, that's a solar input, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
There's more cables.
I was probably talking about the camping cable, the camping plug.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice that comes with that, and you get a carry bag. You can put the whole thing in, and that's comes with it as well.
It's a soft bag for the AllPowers to protect it, which, yeah. So EcoFlow sell one as well, but they don't supply it with the unit. At least AllPowers supply these bits with the unit.
Yeah.
Including the soft bag. The soft bag from EcoFlow is about £69. It's quite
really?
expensive. Yeah, it's quite expensive, considering AllPowers give you one for free.
So let's move over to the EcoFlow.
So if you lift the flap up, that's at the top there.
There's a flap?
Yeah, at the top.
Oh, here?
Yeah, so there you go. So inside there is where you plug your mains in. And then I'm just going to turn this down a bit. That's where you plug your mains in. You've got a reset switch, and you've got your solar.
Yeah. That's a small, I think they're a small Anderson socket, I think. Is this power on?
That is, I believe that's a trip
that's
button.
a fuse.
Yeah. And then you've got 4 sockets in the back.
Yeah, because you've got, is this the back of it?
This is the back of it. The AC generally auto turns on. Do you want to flip it around?
Yeah. It's not that heavy, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a kilowatt battery as opposed to 1500.
That's 5 kilos, do you reckon that weighs?
If you turn that one on, it's a button on the bottom.
Hold it down?
I think you let go. Yeah, there you go. So you go.
Because these weren't even, I didn't even know about these when I bought mine.
Yeah.
My little one.
And then you've got the DC button on the front as well for the USB ports, which you have to flick on just above it.
Similar.
The grey one above. There you go. Beautiful. So that's on. Now, both of these units have got an app for your phone, so you can look at it. The EcoFlow app is far more user-friendly. It's got far more features than the AllPowers. The AllPowers, you can't really do anything with it at all. You can't control any settings. It just connects to it. Whereas with the EcoFlow, you can see what the charge is. You can see what the charge level is from a distance. You can see, you can change the input, charging input level. There's a few other functions for it as well, which is quite good. And it works on Bluetooth, so it does work from quite distance.
So what's the model number of this?
This one is a EcoFlow Delta 2 Pro. On the side of the unit, you'll find that there is actually
there's a flap here.
Another flap. And that you can actually attach an extension battery to it, another battery.
Oh, you can daisy chain the batteries.
Exactly. So you can buy a battery which is the same physical size as the EcoFlow unit itself, but all it is it carries a battery, no other functionality. So you can just like daisy chain batteries when that one's going to die, and then you can unplug it and then plug another battery in. So I think you can daisy chain, don't quote me on this, we'll have to look, but I think you can daisy chain like 6 batteries to it.
Yeah. I think that if I had the option of this before I bought this, I would have looked at this, but I didn't even know they existed. Perhaps they're a newer company. Where are these from? These American?
EcoFlow, I believe they're American.
Yeah, because these are Chinese for sure, aren't they?
AllPowers are Chinese, yeah.
Yeah.
And all EcoFlow's quite good now. They're spreading across more and more countries.
Yeah, well, because they're good.
Yeah. They're great units.
Whereas you prefer it.
Yeah, totally.
I like it. I like the handles on it. It's easy to carry, one-handed. And, well, this has got a handle as well. So if we go and look at my one.
There you go. I'm just going to come in a bit closer.
Yeah, you get your settings up.
Okay, cool.
So this is the one that I've bought with a handle. It's the 500 watt. It's actually classed as a 666 or a 606 watt. But I have noticed that the new ones are classed as 700 watt. But then they have a peak power, don't they, when you turn them on. And when you plug something in, initially when it starts, it has a peak power. Then it is settled to its normal power rate.
That's right.
And they always let you go above what the rating is.
So what is that one set to?
Mine's set to 1,000 on peak, I think.
Yeah, so the other AllPowers is 4,000 for peak power. I don't know what the EcoFlow is. I think it's 1,500.
Yeah, so this is, you know, options for if you've got a van or you want to do a local walking from your car camp. You've always got a power brick you can take, and you've got options of power bricks. But I would have gone bigger, but what restricted me was cost. I just didn't have the money to buy a bigger battery at the time. But now I've fitted what size is my battery in the car? I've got a permanent battery in there, a LifePo 4, and it charges off the car battery. So this one, I don't have any 240 volt in the car. So what I use this for is running a laptop, charging that. And everything else in the car is all 12 volt permanent.
Oh, here's the other thing. All of these are, the other two are like per as well, the AllPowers and the EcoFlow, battery-wise.
They're what?
They're LifePo 4 as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. This one isn't apparently. This is just a lithium ion. This is old. You know, I've had it 2 years plus, perhaps. Yeah. Or yeah, I've had it over a couple of years. But I'll put in, if I can get the links, I'll put all the links in for everyone. And then, you know, it's options. It's nice to see, isn't it? And how long they last. Obviously, you can only calculate how long they're going to last by how much power you're using. So if you're going to pull 1,000 watts out of something that's only 1,000 watts, it's going to last an hour. So it's easy to calculate that. But for people that just want to charge phones, run the odd little thing, laptops and that, they're great for that. And this one just goes on and on and on, even with the laptop on. Because a laptop, to be honest, they don't pull a constant power. Depends on what the laptop's doing. Then it'll pull more, then it'll slow down. Because you'll see the displays on them. I'll turn this one on. I'll put it on AC. On the display, it'll tell you how long you've got left. Can you bring the camera in, Joe? You hear that on AC? It's already running a fan, isn't it? So it'll show you a display of what's left on it, how much time you've got, and once something's plugged in and it's running, it'll show you the draw. So it'll tell you in amps what it's drawing, or watts actually, and then you can work out how long it's going to last because it'll display it. So it'll fluctuate when you're running laptops. It doesn't pull the same power, not on my laptop anyway. And I've had this plugged in like for 2 nights with a laptop, and it's still got loads of power left in it.
That's 74 watts. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, so I just thought I'd show a quick EcoFlow against AllPowers. But as Jay said, if he had a choice of one unit, he'd go for the EcoFlow. Just because it's more suited to him. I like it as well, I do.
Yeah, it's great. I really wish the EcoFlow had a UPS function in it. If it had a UPS function in it, it would have been brilliant. I mean, it's the, you know, it's the biggest downfall to that unit, unfortunately. Hopefully EcoFlow will start coming out with units where they do build UPS functions into it.
Yeah, but it's quiet to run, isn't it?
It's quiet to run.
Yeah, I like it. I like it because it's got some good handles on it. This has got good handles on it. They've all got handles on them.
Yeah.
But the reality is you're not really going to move it all the time. If you just put it in its place, and then you're just going to charge it when you need to.
Yeah, it depends on how much power you need. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for letting me have a look and you giving me the specs, because I don't know about these. And I've not even done a review on mine. So what I do is I'll do some links. So if you want full-on specs and you're looking into something like a power brick or a power station, I should call it, then you've got you've seen these and you've had some insight from someone that uses them. I mean, I use this and I wouldn't go without it. I think it's great. I mean, people are running inverters still. If you can't afford one of these, yeah, the inverter's an option, but they're not cheap. I'd rather run a standalone, and they're not heavy either. I mean, it's on one finger. It's not heavy. It's about 4 or 5 kilos. This one probably is about 10. And that one, again, that's around 10, I think. But it's better than a car battery. I've been moving car batteries around, proper lead acids, and they're heavy. 20 kilos, some of them.
Yeah, these are definitely the future.
Yeah, oh yeah, the future. This is the future. It is worth putting the outlay in because they're guaranteed up to 10 years, aren't they, most of these?
Yeah, so they say about 3,000 cycles of charging, which roughly works out to be about 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
And you don't normally, I don't never run mine to the ground. I always recharge it when it's
Yeah.
low to about 20%. And the option I've got is I can plug a cable in to charge ports on this. You've got solar as well. You've got, this is a DC output, but that USB, it's type C, you can plug that directly into another USB type C and it'll charge this through that cable. 17 watts you get.
oh wow.
So when I'm driving around, I can plug it into my main one,
Yeah.
which will charge this, which is good because I'd have to take it home then and charge it. And it's got the solar on the side as well, and it's got the DC charger which comes with it. It goes into there. I like it. It's a good little unit, and it's small and convenient. But if you're going to spend a lot of time in your van, or whatever you're going to be using it for, you should go for a bigger one. Like I said, I would have gone bigger, but I couldn't afford to. So that was just a quick insight into the power stations, the options and sizes and what they can do. And yeah, it just gives you an insight. Like I said, I would have gone for something like this, but I didn't. So anyway, thanks for watching. I don't know how helpful this will be to you, but it's just that I had the opportunity to look at these two and have some insight, so I thought I'd just do it. So yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye for now.